One of the holidays that's coming up very quickly is one known as Cinco de Mayo, which is Spanish for 5th of May. Now, some people will say that's Mexican Independence Day. That's not. That's September 16th. And even though a lot of bars and restaurants will make a big deal about Cinco de Mayo, it's more than just food and feasting and partying. Cinco de Mayo celebrates a victory that was very important to the Mexican people. In 1860s, Napoleon II decided he wanted to take advantage of the fact that the United States was involved with the Civil War and couldn't do anything to prevent him from putting his brother on the throne of Mexico. Even though Mexico didn't have a monarchy, he had some connections here that justified him bringing in his brother and establishing a new government in Mexico, and one that was not really well received by the Mexican people because he was French. And so, like I said, America was tied up with the Civil War, so they couldn't do much more than shake their finger. But the Mexicans decided they didn't want to lose their independence. They didn't want to have somebody arbitrarily come in and say, oh, this is your government now because this is in my best interest, whether or not it's in yours. And so they had a revolution. And one of the first big victories that they had was May 5th. And they defeated a big French army at the Battle of Puebla. And even though the war wasn't over yet, this was an important day that told the Mexicans, we can do it. We can get our country back. We can achieve self-determination. And it was very important for Mexican independence, even though it didn't finally win it. That was a few years later. But it was a really big occasion. And that's why it doesn't matter how big or small the communities are in Mexico, you will probably always find one road called Cinco de Mayo, 5th of May, and another one called 16th of September, which is the Mexican Independence Day. And so when you celebrate Cinco de Mayo, and you celebrate the Mexican heritage and culture, celebrate the Mexican freedom fighters who decided somebody else isn't going to come and take over our country.